As a business owner, whether it was in your prior business or now in VapeJet, what would have been the biggest challenges for you?
I mean, number one that's always on the forefront of my mind is cash flow and making sure bills at the end of the month can be paid. I mean, finance and money is always a challenge in small startups. You don't want a bunch of money just sitting around doing nothing. You have to deploy everything, and that makes everything stressful. And it's always a challenge. Where's the next set of money coming from? Is it going to be revenue? Is it going to be investment? What's going to happen next financially? That's always, that's one of the biggest challenges. Just we'll take the easy way out of that question there real quick. But besides that, it is being infinitely adaptable. At the very beginning of a small startup, 1 minute I'm spent in front of a CNC machine milling out pieces of aluminum on my way to an insurance meeting 20 minutes later. That gets challenging about just switching from different headspaces, constantly having to take one hat off, put the other one on, and almost change personas sometimes because, I'm not going to interact with my supplier for my sheet metal the same way that I'm going to interact with my banker. Keeping all that in mind and presenting everything and getting everything done when it's either just yourself or a very, very small team, that's a challenge, and it starts to eat into your personal life as well. Everything blends together and you forget when one thing stops and the other begins.
I love that, and I totally relate to that point. I mean, in my own business, I work with really super experienced professional accountants and finance people. I work with entry-level people just kind of starting out in jobs. I work with clients, of course, and so it's like the way I have a conversation, I think about that all the time. The role that I play and the conversation I might have with that super experienced finance and accounting person is a lot different than the conversation I have with an assistant who we just hired, who's an entry level, and it might be one of their first jobs. So I thought it was just me. So it's great to hear that
no,
that
not
we
at
all
all.
that we all feel that we're all suffering from it.
One other thing, one of the things in threes, one of the other major challenge that I'd like to point out would be managing myself and my own expectations and what I'm expecting of other people that are maybe contractors, employees, and just managing my own expectations and keeping a realistic view of everything while still pushing the team forward and accomplishing goals that most people say are unaccomplishable. Pushing forward every day and managing my expectations when those plans don't come together, because plans don't come together. You take a plan, you execute it, you hope it comes together, but you adapt as different things come flying your way, and managing your expectations and I guess expecting the unexpected and just being able to roll with the punches has been a challenge and just a thing to keep in mind at this phase.
Yeah, I think that's a great point to make, and one of the challenges that I found I'd love to get your feedback on is that is finding that what that expectation should be of the people on your team from the standpoint of, I think what you're alluding to, which is the sensibility that I have as well, is you can never really expect other people, whether it's even your best employee, you can never expect them to care as much about your business and the business as you do, right?
Right.
And so, you can't place the same expectations on your team that you have for yourself in that regard. What I find, though, sometimes is that I go too far the other way, and I realize it when I start realizing, oh, wow, they're taking care of things, or they're caring at a level that I didn't expect that they would. And then I feel like I've just left a bunch of chips on the table. It's like, how long have I been under expecting from them? And so I struggle with finding that happy medium.
Yeah, I'm in the same position right now, just finding and managing where all that sits. It's an ongoing process.
Yeah. Well, it's good. That's another good one to know, that to kind of confirm that we're not the only ones, right?
Right.